1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard SB Airlines. Be care about your safety.
Please fasten your seatbelts, keep your minds open, and prepare for a smooth and enjoyable ride with us.
We hope you will enjoy this flight with us. Sit back, relax, and let our presentation take you to the new heights of creativity.
Welcome to SB Airlines! Hello, good morning everyone. Mukhang patulog at gutom na kayo. Kanina sabayan niyo kami at tumayo kayo at magkakaroon tayo ng energizer. Brazilian dance lang ito.
Okay, okay. Go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Wala ka. Wala kayo. Thank you so much.
Greetings, passengers. I am your captain, Yuan Kiambao speaking. On behalf of SB Airlines, my cabin crew and I will be your guide as we explore our topic, acquire fundamental skills in managing a business. So what will you learn in our topic? At the end of the lesson, you should be able to, number 1, identify and explain the fundamental skills in managing a business. Second one is differentiate the kinds of organizational charts for effective management of an enterprise. And lastly, appreciate the value of efficient management of a business enterprise. Now, may I call cabin crew number 1 for explaining her topic.
A pleasant morning, passengers. I am Patriots, one of your cabin crew members. Today, I will be discussing our first part of the presentation, which is the words to study. So, our first word is accountability. Accountability means being responsible for your actions and being able to report them to a higher authority such as supervisor, manager, or even a teacher. It ensures that everyone takes ownership of their work. Sa madaling salita, accountability ang pagiging responsable mo sa iyong mga gawain at pagiging at handang mag-explain sa taong may mas mataas na posisyon. For further definition, please read the
Accountability. Being responsible and answerable to higher authorities for your actions and
Thank you. For the second one, we have authority. Okay, so what comes into your mind when you hear the word authority? Bea. Again, any other ideas? Sophia.
alright or a power that is given to a person.
Okay,
That's right, thank you so much.
accountability is the official power or right given to a person to give instructions, make decisions, and manage others. So for the definition, can someone please read? Listen. Authority, the official power or right given to a person to make decisions and give orders. Again, the authority is the official power or right given to a person to make decisions and give orders. For number 3, we have line organization. In this setup, the supervisor directly supervises and gives orders to employees, making the communication clear and direct. For the definition, is someone read? Start.
An organization or structure where a leader has direct authority over work and public tasks.
Okay, thank you so much. For the next one, we have line organization. In this setup, the supervisor directly supervises and gives orders to employees, making the communication clear and direct. For the definition, is someone read? Start.
An organization or structure where a leader has direct authority over work and public tasks.
For the next one, we have this organization, staff members help in improving the decision, but who do not have any authority over line employees. Definition. Mark Allen.
The structure where line officers are supported by staff members who will advise and assist us, but have no authority over line employees.
Thank you so much. The next one is organization chart. Organization chart is a visual diagram that shows the position in each organization. It helps people understand who reports to whom and the responsibilities in each organization. Someone please. Steve. Organization chart, a diagram that shows the positions in a organization and the relationships, including authority, responsibility, and accountability. Okay, the last one is responsibility. So, any ideas about responsibility? Let me read it. One has the authority. Okay, very good. The responsibility is the duty or obligation that perform or assign tasks correctly and on time. So that's all. Again, what are the 6 words that I discussed? Sophia.
Authority, responsibility, organizational chart, line and staff organization, line organization, accountability.
Other.
Accountability, authority, responsibility, line organization, line and staff organization.
Very good. So before we proceed to the next topic, let's have a quick icebreaker. So the title of the icebreaker is Guess the Famous Pinoy Movie Lines. Okay, who wants to participate? Instructions.
Hulaan ang title at ang sikat na linyang pelikulang Pilipino or fill in the blank.
Who wants to participate in number 1?
Application. Yes.
Okay, number 1.
Easy.
With action.
Yes. With action, like this.
Like this, like this.
Like this. Walang himala.
Yes, like that.
Goodness gracious! Ikaw yung nag-shop left. You're the one caught stealing on CCTV. Girls, boy, baka naman.
Yes.
Yes.
Goodness gracious! Ikaw yung shoplift! You are the one caught stealing on CCTV!
Okay. 2 points. Next. Sinong gusto sa'yo?
Nathan.
Sorry, i-recording nyo na lang later kasi nagka-problem.
Hello everyone, sorry sa complications but energized na ba kayo? Sino mali? At ipakita sa video. Jokes aside, ako nga po pala si Nathan James Nabalang and I'll be your cabin crew for the next part of our flight. I'll be presenting the management functions. Before we begin, let me ask you a question. What do you think an entrepreneur does besides starting a business? Again, what do you think an entrepreneur does besides starting a business? Gaily.
Other than studying business, an entrepreneur also makes important decisions for the business.
Okay, that's right. To simplify Gailey's answer, an entrepreneur doesn't just start a business because they also manage it, right? Did you get it? Okay. Now, let's go to my main topic. Pero walang presentation. Baka sa you were set na lang. the management functions of an entrepreneur are the basic activities, responsibilities that help an entrepreneur plan, organize, lead, and control a business. These functions ensure that the business will operate efficiently and achieve its goals, right? Okay, there are four main management functions. First is planning. Planning means setting goals and deciding the best way to achieve them. An entrepreneur plans the budget, products, marketing strategies, and future goals of the business. Everyone, why do you think planning is always important when it comes to starting a business? Adelaide.
So that we know how to move on or how to progress without any conflict.
Yes. Also help us to business to stay organized, avoid problems, and achieve the business goals, right? Okay. So now let's move to the second one. The second one is organizing. Organizing means arranging the resources needed for the business, such as employees, monies, materials, and equipment. It also involves assigning tasks so everyone knows their responsibility. Again, I have a beautiful question here. Can a business operate well if everyone is doing the same job? Anyone? Andre? Why?
Because if everyone is doing the same job, we don't belong to it because all about the other jobs.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Because everyone should have their different responsibilities to keep the business organized, right? Did you get it? Okay, let's move to the third one. Third one is leading, or also known as directing. Leading means guiding, motivating, and supervising employees so they will help them work together and achieve the business goals. A good entrepreneur can communicate well and inspires the team. All of you from here, can you give some qualities a good leader should have or a good entrepreneur should have? Allen. Allen. Give what qualities do you think a good leader should have or a good entrepreneur? Yes, you. Yes, you. That's right. An entrepreneur should be responsible, hardworking, trustworthy, and honest, right? Okay, let's move to the fourth one. Fourth one is controlling. Controlling means monitoring the business performance, checking whether goals are being achieved, and making improvements when needed. This helps the business to stay on track. I have another question. Why is it important to monitor a business regularly? Jake.
To know if the business is achieving its goals or like the feedback from customers.
Yes. It helps the business to identify problems and make improvements when needed. So now, so you see, the management functions of an entrepreneur are the basic activities, responsibilities that help an entrepreneur plan, organize, lead, and control a business. These functions are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Again, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. By performing these functions, entrepreneur can make better decisions, solve problems, and achieve business success. That's all part of my report. I have another question pala. Final. Can you give the four... Okay, Lindsay.
Planning, organizing, leading, and control.
That's right. That's all part of my report. Again, I'm Nathan James Albalang. Thank you. Salamat po sa tingin.
Kaya ganito to din our
I thought there is another word which is staffing. Is it not included in your report? In grade 9, there are 5 factors, right? There is staffing. In grade 10, we don't have. In your module, please check. There is another one which is staffing. Parang na-miss yata. Na-miss? Last ba? Okay. Sige, go ahead. So those are 5 factors. These are not 4 only. These are 5.
Welcome aboard. I'm Charles Stephen Nicolor and I'll be guiding you through planning and classification of plans. Before I begin, let me ask a question. Based on Nathan's discussion, what do we mean by planning? Anyone? Allen.
Ito yung pag-organisa sa mga gagawin para makuha
That's right. Planning is the most basic function of management. It is the process of deciding in advance what's need to be done, how it will be done, and who will do it to achieve a specific goal. Planning is like creating a blueprint or a guide that helps an organization achieve its goal. Now let me ask another question. Do you think every plan are used over and over again? Yes or no? Yes or no? That's right. No, because some plans are used repeatedly, while others are created for specific purpose only. There are two main classification of plans. The first one we have single-use or single-purpose plan. The second one is standing plan. Standing plan. The first one we have standing plan. These plans are used repeatedly for routine or recurring activities in an organization. They help ensure consistency, decision making, and daily operation. Standing plans include policies, procedures, and rules. The second one we have single-use or single-purpose plan. Ito naman ang kabaligtaran ng standing plan. Because single-use or single-purpose plan, these plans are created for specific purpose only and are only used once. After the objective has been achieved, the plan is no longer used. Plans can be classified by their time frame. The first one we have short-term plan or short-term plan, yes, intermediate plan. These plans can be finished 1 day to 1 year. Intermediate term plan. Ito naman ang pang several months matatapos mo yung isang plano. Ang long-term plan naman, ito naman ang pangmatagalan. Tumatagal ng years, 25 years, at depende kung paano mo siya matatapos. And in conclusion, planning is the foundation of management. And whether to standing plan, single-use plan, or by their time frame, planning is the foundation of planning. And planning helps individual or organization work efficiently. Thank you for listening. That's the end of my presentation.
Good day, passengers. I am Jose Farsman, one of your cabin crew members. And now I will be discussing my topic, which is the steps involved in the strategic planning. So first, what do you think is the strategic planning? Anyone? Strategic planning is like a map that will guide us or the business to success. So let's start. The first step in strategic planning is formulate your organization objectives. Ang mga organisasyon ay gumagawa sa kanilang mga clear goals at objectives. Ito ay magsilbi nilang milestone para makita nila kung meron bang development or nag-build ba yung business nila. Analyze present resources. Kailangan mong ma-analyze kung ano yung mga present resources na magagamit mo, tulad ng pera, time, and manpower, or other resources na kailangan para magawa yung business mo. Pangatlo, determine alternative course of action. Before you make your business, kailangan mo muna mag-stimulate or mag-isip kung ano yung pwede maging threat, weakness, and opportunities ng business na ginagawa mo. Pang-apat, examine the alternative. Out of those stimulations, kailangan mong i-examine kung ano yung nakita mong weakness, strengths, opportunities, or threats. Select the best course of action. Kailangan mong pumili ng isang plano na kung saan kakaunti yung threats and weakness pero madaming opportunities and strength. And develop support plan. Pero huwag kang papakampante sa naisip mong plano na yon. Kailangan mo pa rin gumawa ng support plan. Plan A, Plan B, or even Plan C. Para expected or kung may dumating man na unexpected na problema sa business mo, ay ma-resolve mo ito. At lastly, you need to implement the plan. Kailangan mong i-execute yung naisip mong plano na business. At kailangan mo itong i-monitor para makita mo yung progress nito, kung nag-fail ba ito or may kailangan ba itong gawin para hindi ito ma-bankrupt. And that's all.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. May idea ba kayo kung anong topic ko ngayon? Siyempre wala kasi hindi nyo naman alam kung anong topic ang napunta sa akin. I know you are already familiar with this topic because napag-aralan na natin ito noong grade 9 tayo. Okay, our topic for today is about organizing. Any idea about organizing? Okay.
It is the arrangement of different categories that you will need in order to make it.
Very good. Who wants to read? Dana. Okay, organizing is the process of arranging works and assigning tasks to people so that an organization can achieve its goals efficiently. It means deciding kung ano ang task na kailangan matapos ngayon, sinong gagawa nun, and how the work will be grouped together. For example, a factory owner may create different departments such as production department, responsible for manufacturing, packing, and shipping products. They also handle the packing and shipping of a product to a customers or a stores. Next, sales department, responsible for advertising customer service and selling products. They also provide a service customers by helping customers with their needs. Lastly, administrative department, responsible for personal purchasing and accounting. They also handle a personnel, purchasing supplies, and accounting or financial records. Thank you so much.
Greetings, passengers. I am Yuan Kembao, your captain for this session. Now, before I start my topic, who else here knows the 3 organizations that were tackled on today's discussion? Anyone? Adeline?
Line organization, staff and line organization.
Line and staff.
Line and staff organization. Organization. Call a friend.
Haley? Yeah.
Line organization, line and staff organization, functional staff organization.
Correct. Now, I'll start my topic, which is the first organization, line organization. So what is line organization? Line organization is the simplest and most rigid structure where authority goes vertically down from top to bottom. An example of line organization is this, which showing the positions of the personals in the school. Here, the principal is at the top, which means that he or she has the highest authority of them all. The next one is department heads, teachers, and students. In this situation, when the students report it to the teachers will report it to the department heads, and the department heads will report it to the principal. Remember, in line organization, there is only one direct boss, or they only report to one direct boss only. And in this given situation, the principal is the most authorized person, and she is the only boss in it. Thank you. That's all in my part. And may I call Dashi Marika Ocampo for explaining breakdown.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Marco Ocampo, one of the cabin crew for today. Today I will be discussing about line and staff organization. Please listen carefully because even a short discussion can give you knowledge that will help you understand how organizations work. But before anything else, I will call someone to read us on the PowerPoint. Come here.
Line and staff organization. Any activities that a line officer can not do are
delegated to a staff officer to render these services. For example, in a small manufacturing enterprise, the president, production manager, and sales manager perform line functions, while the legal counsel who helps and advises, the president has no authority over line employees.
Thank you so much. A line and staff organization is an organizational structure where activities that a line officer cannot do or those requiring specialized knowledge are assigned to a staff officer. In these organizations, line officers have the authority to make decisions and directly manage employees, while staff officers provide advice, support, and expert services, but they don't have direct authority over line employees. I have an example. Based on the diagram, ang principal ang line officer. Sa ilalim niya ang PBE department head, academic department head, at non-teaching head. Yung mga line officers din dahil sila ang namamahala sa kanilang mga department. Sa kabilang banda, ang guidance counselor ay isang staff officer. Hindi direktang mag-manage ng employees, ngunit nagbibigay ng guidance, counseling, at professional advice sa principal at school. Always remember, line officers have the authority to make decisions and directly manage employees, while staff officers provide advice, support, and specialized services, but they don't have direct authority over line employees. Now let's hear Chantal A for functional staff organization.
Hello, passenger. I'm Chantal Aquino, your final cabin crew member for today's flight. And do you all know the song? I was looking for a job and then found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. Malalaman natin mamaya kung paano naging related ang heaven knows I'm miserable now sa topic natin. So, can anyone read the definition of functional staff organization? Yes, Stephanie. This set of the workers have more than one unit superior or as many as the next unit assigned to the department. Thank you so much for reading the presentation, Stephanie. So, unlike line organization na diniscuss ni Yuan Chambao kanina, dito naman sa functional staff organization, kailangan dito is 2 or more entities, depende sa task na experience nyo. That means, sa functional staff organization, kailangan ng 2 o higit pa na experts. So, I have here a diagram para mas maintindihan nyo. So, can anyone tell me kung ilan dito yung mas natataas na worker? Yes, Carl? Ilan? Tama. And we call someone who ano ba yung tatlo na yun? Christine? Manager, supervisor, and foreman. Yes, manager, supervisor, and foreman. Can anyone tell me kung ano yung alam nyo sa tungkol sa manager? Cashier? Manager. Ano yung ginagawa ng manager?
Feel ko lang is siya yung nag-manage or siya yung mas pinaka-security.
Yes. A manager is where he is in charge with everything. Lahat is parang siya yung siya sa kanya lahat ng ano. And ano ba yung supervisor, guys? Supervisor. Really? Really? What is supervisor? Don't know. Adeline? Supervisor is ito yung nag-oversee kung ano yung nangyayari ngayon sa business nila. Yes, sila yung nag-monitor sa mga workers. And the last previous foreman, Ms. Gian. Yes, thank you so much, Gian. So, foreman is direct na nagagabay sa mga workers. And yung workers naman, sila yung gumagawa ng product and sumusunod sa mga nangyayari. And quality control, yung quality control is, like, sinasabi nito kung pasok ba sa standards and kung maganda ba yung quality ng department will possess our full responsibilities, but we work together to help the business. So, before ending this presentation, Nathan Balat has something to say.
Okay, before we end the presentation, I would like to include staffing, which is the fifth management functions for an entrepreneur. Staffing is the process of finding, selecting, hiring, training, and managing employees needed for a business or organization. It makes sure that the right people are placed in the right jobs to help the business operate effectively. There are 5 examples of staffing activities. First is recruitment. It is finding people who can apply for jobs. Second one is selection, choosing the best applicants. Third one is hiring, officially employing workers. Fourth one is training. Training means teaching employees the skills they need. Fifth one is scheduling and management, assigning work and monitoring performance. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, may laro po tayong pera o bagon. Ang instructions po nito ay, kapag gusto niyo po ng pera, sasayo po kayo mag-isa dito sa harap. Pero kapag kahon naman po yung pinili nyo at nasagutin po yung question dito na nandito sa kahon, may prizes po. Sino gusto sumunod? Eman? Anong gusto mong piliin kulay? Pula, dilaw, asul, o berde?
Azul!
Asul! Eto na. Here's your question. What are the 6 words that have been discussed in word study?
Line organization, function, line and staff organization, authority, accountability, organizational chart, and yung isa, responsibility.
Next! Dami. Pula, dilaw, asul, o berde? Pula. What are the 4 types of management functions?
Planning, organization, leading, controlling, and the last one is staffing.
Yes! Very good. The prize. Next! Tap. Pula, dilaw, asul, o berde? Pula. Last na lang ang sa pula. Give me the definition of organizing.
Organizing is the process of assigning tasks to people.
Yes. Next, Adlan. Ano na lang ang choices natin is dilaw, asul, at berde. Dilaw. Okay. Here's your question. What are the 3 line organizations?
Line and staff organization, functional staff organization, line organization.
Okay. Very good. Next. Sayang yung prize.
Kaya mo.
Jared, anong pipilin mong kulay? Okay. Here's your question. Give the 7 steps in creating a strategic planning.
Haba niyan.
Call a friend.
Call a friend again. I will call.
Sino na ang gusto mag-volunteer para mabilis? Gian?
Formulate objectives, analyze resources, determine alternatives, examine alternatives, select the best course of actions, develop support plans, implement
Next, sino? Tatlo na lang to. Sila. Sila na lang mga nakikita. Okay. Dilaw, asul, o verde. How many bosses can an employee have in a functional staff organization? State at least one number. Again, how many bosses? How many bosses can an employee have in a functional staff organization? State at least one number. Dalawa na lang. Sayang may job. Try nyo lang, baka alam nyo. Harvey. Ang nakikita na lang ay dilaw at verde.
Dilaw.
Yan. Hindi na lang po. What do we mean by planning?
Planning is
Go.
planning is a process of setting a discipline.
Yes. Right. That's why we need to think of the tempo. What's the difference between line officers and staff officers?
Line officers